First of all, the Spice Girls are amazing. I live for the Spice Girls. Can someone please tell me why Cancers are so bad at texting and communicating sometimes? Can someone please give me an answer to why Cancers are the absolutely one of the number one zodiac signs that are horrible at communicating? Men, women, family, friend, like lover, it doesn't matter. Like, and you know what's very interesting that I found when it comes to that, when it comes to Cancers and their like communication or lack thereof, I feel like it has a lot to do with how much they value you and their relationship with you. Like, in my opinion, and maybe Cancers are just horrible at communicating in general. Like, you're gonna have to let me know if you're a Cancer or what you think about it. I feel like a Cancer that values you and values their relationship with you is a Cancer who will text back efficiently, who will text back fast. When I say fast, I don't mean like immediately, like we're busy people, I get it, but like not 3 or 4 hours, 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 weeks later. Like, come on, Cancer. And it just says a lot about how they like feel about you and how much they value their relationship with you. Like, communication is so huge to me. It's very, very important to me. Like, I'm a Capricorn sun, and granted, Capricorns aren't the best at communicating, especially when it comes to their feelings, which ironically I've noticed is something that Cancer struggle with sometimes too, is expressing their feelings, which is interesting because they're ruled by the moon. You kind of have to sometimes push them into like a corner to get their feelings out. Same thing with Capricorn. But I think when it comes to communicating and lack thereof, I think Cancers take the cake. They like to go in their shell. They don't like to come out and tell you what's going on. And when they do decide to come out, it's like, by then, who knows if I want to continue talking about that situation. So it's just something I noticed about Cancers. I have learned that anyone with strong Mercury energy, you cannot tell a secret to. It doesn't matter if it's a Gemini or a Virgo. Like, neither one can hold a secret. I have this Virgo friend at work, and, my boss is a Leo, and I have a Virgo friend at work who I thought I could trust and tell things to, but apparently, and maybe it's because I'm, like, friends with my boss, and my boss is kind of family as well. Well, that's a different story. Um, but it's just like the Virgo goes to my boss and spills all my tea, and it's not a big deal. But I'm just like, dang, I can't trust you with anything. It's almost like he's a Gemini, but I don't know. I found that with people with strong Virgo energy, um, are like they like file information away. They're information filers. So, you have to be careful what you tell a Gemini and a Virgo because especially Virgo, will file it away and use it at a later date. So will Gemini. But Virgo will do it in a way that's a little bit more sneaky, I think, which is a little bit frustrating. So Virgo will like, throw you under the bus, with, certain information that you tell them. So you have to be really careful. And it's just one thing that frustrates me. Now, I have to keep it real. Like, I'm a Virgo rising, so I have this energy within myself. I can hold a secret, but if it's a little bit too juicy, I have to tell someone, right? Um, so it's just one thing I've noticed with Virgos and Geminis is that you really can't trust them with a secret. Geminis especially, because if I tell my Gemini family members anything, meaning my mom or my aunt, who are both Geminis, it's going to spread to the whole family by the end of the week, And I want to say it's the same thing with Libra, too. Like, you can't tell Libra anything, Libra moon here, but, like, I have a Libra uncle. Like, I feel like the same thing with him. Like, you could go to him, with something, in privacy and secret, and, he goes and tells everyone. Like, and a lot of other Libras I know are like that, like, where, if you just tell them, like, a really juicy secret, like, they'll spill it, like, no doubts about it. It's interesting because Sagittarius can also be gossipers too, and I feel like Leo can too, and Aries can too. Aries really likes gossip that like is really juicy, like gossip that like makes someone inferior or like in their eyes. Like she did what, they did what, Oh, I knew they were this, I knew they were that, I knew they were low down, I knew they were stank this and that, like I don't like that. Like I know I love some gossip, but I just don't like that sometimes I feel like the fire signs when it comes to gossip can be really malicious. And it's interesting because I did a video about Leos, especially being ruled by the sun, and how I think Leo energy and the media are very parallel with one another. And I think the media can be a bully and can be very malicious as well, and like tear people down too with like gossip and things. So but that also relates to Mars and like, you know, Aries and Jupiter a little bit maybe, and Sagittarius, you know. It's very interesting. But I noticed with Sagittarius it's more so a moralistic thing. Like, oh, you know, you do that, oh, I'm better than you. You know, like they always kinda like to know that they have a one up over you. Mars and Aries, or Mars and Sagittarius and Mercury and Sagittarius here, by the way. Speaking of earth signs, who does Capricorn think they are? Coming up into the space, thinking that they control the, you know, the space and can own everything. Now, I'm a Capricorn sun with strong Capricorn energy. I understand it, right? But it's just like, sometimes you have to work from the bottom up. And that's one thing that frustrates me about Capricorns, is sometimes they can go into situations wanting to, like, be at the top. You know? And it's just like, no, you have to work your way up. You know, and this is not just for Capricorn Sun, this is for Capricorn Moon, Rising. Like, anyone with strong Capricorn energy, I know that sometimes they can want things. Like, no, they can feel entitled. Like, Capricorns can sometimes feel entitled. I noticed the same thing about Taurus, too, as well. Tauruses can be a little bit entitled, too. But, whereas with a Capricorn, I notice it's more so like, hey, like, I've worked hard enough, I've been through this and that in my life, I deserve this, you know. With Taurus, it's just kind of like, different. It's like I'm here, like, you know, I bring this to the table, I bring, you know, this and that, like, I deserve this, you know. It's two different perspectives, but both, like, at the same time can, like, show off traits of being a little bit entitled, and that, like, frustrates me a bit. It can also be the same thing with Virgo, too. Like, Virgo can sometimes be entitled just from their intellect alone. Like, a Virgo will go into a situation, like, thinking they're the smartest person in the room. You know, and it's just like, no, you have to work your way up. You have to play the field. You have to play the game. And I noticed that with Capricorns and Virgos and Tauruses is that when it comes to the earthly realm, their realm, it's like sometimes they like shortcuts. And it's just like, even with myself, like I'm like, ooh, can I take this shortcut? Can I take this, you know, you know, can I do this and not have to work as hard? No, you have to work hard. You have to, you know, work from the bottom up. You know, and it's hard work that teaches character, you know. So I don't like that entitledness that sometimes comes from earth signs. Ugh. And don't get me started on water signs always trying to reverse psychology you or reverse the blame onto you. I also noticed this with Aquariuses, which is interesting because Aquariuses are often mistaken as being a water sign, but they're the water bearer, all right? But I cannot stand, you know, the thing where, you know, the water signs, especially Cancer, actually all of them, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, you know, play the victim game, you know, and I can also exhibit traits of this, especially in my love life and my friendships. Venus and Scorpio here, 7th house in Pisces. And I think I have Cancer somewhere in my chart, too. Oh, I have Cancer South Node. However, I don't like the victim mentality. I prefer someone who can own up to their mistakes, own up to their accountability. Like I appreciate that. Now I'm not saying all water signs are this way, but I'm saying sometimes water signs can exhibit this trait of putting the blame on others when really it's themselves they should be looking at, you know? And it's just, it's so frustrating sometimes. It's just like, I don't think you realize what the mess you're creating by not acknowledging the mess you've created. Like, does that make sense? Did I just make sense, or did I just confuse myself? This is what it's like dealing with the water sign sometimes. Like, they pull you into that emotional drama, and then you come out like crazy. It's like almost like black men and the Kardashians. Was that joke too soon? I'm sorry. This ranting makes me feel good, though. Lastly, I don't like that Leos can sometimes be drama starters. I don't like that they can play puppet master sometimes. He said, she said, ooh, girl, she said this about you. And then they go back around to that person and tell them what you said about them. I cannot stand that. And it's not just Leos. I noticed that this with also Geminis too. People with strong Gemini energy, Libra energy. Sagittarius energy, sometimes Aries energy, but with Aries, it's all more about power dynamics and maintaining power, which is a whole different rant and video in that, you know. Please don't take offense to this video and my rants, alright? I kind of talk crap about myself too in this video, so it's okay, you know, it's okay. I feel good, you know, about this rant, and I hope you feel good about it too. If you don't, oh well. Make sure you like this video, comment, share, subscribe. Also, make sure if you want a reading from me, I am available. Oh my god, my nose. I don't know if this is a Zodiac thing or what, but like, do you guys notice that you guys get allergies a lot more, or like health issues, like, you know, concerning allergies, mucus, something like that affect you like more often than others? Like, I don't know. That's something I also am very frustrated by, and I don't know if it's the Virgo energy. I don't know if it's like that's the thing that pinpoints me the most. It's like it feels like Virgo could be Libra, but it feels more so Virgo. Libras can be very, very sensitive, right, to energies and changes in the weather. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe. Contact me for a reading on my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. The link to my website's in the description box as well as the comment section. You guys know I could go on for another 10 minutes and another 10 minutes, but we're going to end this video here because I have stuff to do. Love you guys. Thank you for listening and watching. Subscribe, comment. Make sure you follow me on my social media pages. My Instagram is @Lamarr Townsend. My Facebook is Lamarr Townsend Tarot, and the links to those social media pages are in the description box below. I love you guys. Catch you guys in the next video, and God bless and no stress.